Single.
Single, I'm ready to mingle.
Kelly, and this is my daughter Paige and Brooke.
I'm dance mom Jill, and this is my little Kendall.
Hi, this is Kalani, and this is me and my dance mom.
This is my dance mom, Jess. That was good. That was good. That was good. That was good.
Dance Moms, the most JW dropping mom moments, flashback compilation gossip. I will explain everything. Never miss this video. Please subscribe to the channel. The Kelly Hyland vs. Abby Lee Miller fight, 2014. One of the most infamous moments from Dance Moms occurred between Kelly Hyland, mother of Paige and Brooke, and Abby Lee Miller. The two had clashed for seasons, but things escalated to physical violence when Kelly confronted Abby during a rehearsal. The argument turned into a physical altercation, with Kelly reportedly slapping Abby across the face. The incident was so extreme that it led to legal consequences, with Abby Lee Miller pressing charges against Kelly. This dramatic moment set the tone for the toxic relationship between the mothers and Abby, making it one of the most memorable confrontations in the history of the show. 2. The Topless Showgirls episode, Season 2. One of the most controversial performances in Dance Moms history was the Topless Showgirls number in Season 2. In this routine, the girls performed in flesh-colored costumes that gave the illusion of being topless. The performance was heavily criticized for being inappropriate for young children and, in some viewers' eyes, too sexually charged. The backlash was immense, and it became one of the most talked-about moments in Dance Moms history. It also raised the question of where the line should be drawn between artistic expression and child exploitation in the world of competitive dance. 3. Abby Lee Miller's legal issues. Abby Lee Miller's legal troubles were another massive story that captivated Dance Moms fans and the public. In 2016, Abby was indicted on charges of bankruptcy fraud for concealing over $775,000 in income, including money made from Dance Moms and other ventures. She was sentenced to a year and a day in prison and served 8 months before being released on parole. Her legal issues were a huge storyline for the show, and they shed light on Abby's often questionable business practices. The aftermath also included her being replaced by Cheryl Burke when the show continued without Abby in later seasons. 4. The Maddie Ziegler vs. Abby Lee Miller feud. Maddie Ziegler was the star of Dance Moms for years, and her relationship with Abby was a key part of the show. However, behind the scenes, their relationship was often complicated. In the later seasons of the show, Maddie began to distance herself from Abby as she gained more fame, especially after her breakout role in Sia's Chandelier music video. Abby's frustration with Maddie's growing popularity and her own diminishing power on the show led to heated arguments and tension. The feud ultimately contributed to Maddie's decision to leave the show after season 6. 5. The return of JoJo Siwa. JoJo Siwa's return to Dance Moms for season 6, after leaving the team previously, caused a stir. JoJo, known for her over-the-top personality and signature bows, was a fan favorite. Her return saw her being thrust back into the chaos of the Abby Lee Dance Company. The return created tensions with the other girls, particularly Maddie Ziegler, who had been the undisputed star of the team before JoJo's re-entry. The dynamics of the group shifted, leading to more drama and rivalry between the young dancers. 6. Nia Frazier's unforgettable solo performances. Nia Frazier's journey on Dance Moms was filled with both triumph and heartbreak. Despite consistently being overlooked by Abby Lee Miller in favor of the more popular girls like Maddie and Chloe, Nia was able to prove herself with unforgettable solo performances that earned her praise from viewers. One of her most jaw-dropping moments came in season 5, when she finally won first place in a solo competition after years of struggling. Nia's growth from a shy, insecure dancer to a confident, powerful performer became one of the most inspiring storylines on the show. 7. The Chloe Lacasiak vs. Abby Lee Miller fallout. Chloe Lacasiak's relationship with Abby Lee Miller was another central part of Dance Moms. Abby often criticized Chloe for not living up to her potential, and this tension led to Chloe's eventual departure from the team. Chloe had been one of Abby's top dancers for many seasons, but as time passed, Abby began to favor Maddie more. The constant comparisons between the two girls and Abby's harsh treatment of Chloe became too much for her, and she left the team at the end of season 4. Chloe's departure was one of the most emotional moments of the show, and it also marked a shift in the overall tone of Dance Moms. 8. Christy Lacasiak's fiery mom moments. Chloe's mother, Christy Lacasiak, was often the voice of reason, but when it came to defending her daughter, she wasn't afraid to get into heated arguments with Abby Lee Miller. Christy's fierce protectiveness over Chloe led to some explosive confrontations, especially when Abby would belittle her daughter. One of the most iconic Christy moments was when she called out Abby's manipulative tactics and demanded that Abby stop criticizing Chloe. Christy's ability to stand up to Abby made her one of the most powerful figures in the Dance Moms drama. 9. The ballet episode and Abby's backlash against the moms. In one infamous episode, the mothers of the dancers were put through a grueling ballet class, led by Abby Lee Miller herself. The class quickly turned into chaos, as Abby humiliated the moms by pointing out their lack of dance ability and forcing them to perform embarrassing moves. This moment was jaw-dropping for viewers, as it showcased the complete control Abby had over the mothers and the tension that often existed between them. The episode highlighted the extreme pressures and power dynamics that were at play behind the scenes of the show. 10. The Dance Moms girls grow up. Over the years, fans watched the young dancers of Dance Moms grow from little girls into young adults. Maddie Ziegler's rise to fame through Sia's music videos, JoJo Siwa's YouTube career, and Nia Frazier's acting pursuits were all milestones that fans followed closely. However, as the girls grew older and developed their careers outside of the show, they started to distance themselves from the drama of Dance Moms. Maddie, in particular, chose to leave the show to pursue other opportunities, which was a huge turning point for the series. 11. The moms' feuds with each other. While the tension between the moms and Abby Lee Miller often stole the spotlight, there was plenty of drama among the mothers themselves. Christy Lacasiak and Kelly Hyland had one of the most memorable feuds on the show, often clashing over Abby's treatment of their daughters. Similarly, Melissa Gisoni, the mother of Maddie and Mackenzie, faced constant judgment and criticism from the other moms for her loyalty to Abby. The constant infighting between the moms added another layer of drama to an already chaotic environment, making Dance Moms one of the most intense reality TV shows. 12. The Maddie Ziegler dance-offs. Maddie Ziegler's reign as Abby's golden girl was often challenged by other dancers, including Chloe Lacasiak and Kendall Verts. Maddie's fierce competition with Chloe, in particular, created a lot of tension between the two. Abby constantly pushed Maddie to be the best, but Chloe's talent and determination kept her in the spotlight as well. These dance-offs often culminated in dramatic performances, with both girls delivering show-stopping routines. Fans were always on the edge of their seats to see which dancer would come out on top. Kelly Hyland versus Abby Lee Miller, the fight that changed everything. The Kelly Hyland and Abby Lee Miller altercation in 2014 was undoubtedly one of the most infamous moments in Dance Moms history. Kelly Hyland, the mother of dancers Paige and Brooke, had been at odds with Abby Lee Miller for years. Abby often made harsh comments about Paige's ability, and tensions had been building for a long time. The final straw came when Abby made one too many cutting remarks toward Kelly's daughters, leading to a confrontation. Kelly was fed up with Abby's treatment and lashed out in a heated argument. This led to Kelly slapping Abby across the face, which resulted in Abby pressing charges. The incident was explosive, as it brought legal ramifications into the mix and left fans wondering about the future of the show. This fight changed the dynamic between the mothers and Abby, and many fans took sides, sparking even more division. This altercation was a turning point not only for Kelly's relationship with Abby, but also for the show. Kelly was ultimately banned from attending rehearsals for a period, and she later left the show altogether after multiple seasons of dramatic confrontations. The long-running tension between the two brought an undeniable intensity to the series, with every scene involving Kelly and Abby being charged with emotion and anger. 2. The Topless Showgirls Routine, a costume controversy. The Topless Showgirls routine from Season 2 remains one of the most controversial moments in Dance Moms. The young dancers performed in flesh-colored costumes, which gave the illusion of being topless. For many viewers, this was a step too far. The provocative nature of the performance created a backlash from parents, fans, and even the network, leading Lifetime to remove the episode from its airings. This moment highlighted a constant tension in Dance Moms, the fine line between artistic expression and the sexualization of young girls. The dance community, and particularly Abby, believed in pushing boundaries with the routines, but many felt this performance crossed a line. The controversy sparked a national conversation about the appropriateness of using such costumes for young children, and it became one of the most talked about moments in reality television history. The debate around the routine extended to questions of whether Abby was exploiting the young dancers for the sake of ratings and drama. This situation reflected Abby's controversial approach to choreography, often forcing her dancers into adult-themed routines that were uncomfortable for many of the parents, who were often caught between supporting their children's passion for dance and protecting their innocence. 3. Abby Lee Miller's legal issues, bankruptcy, and prison time. Abby Lee Miller's legal troubles were a significant part of her storyline on Dance Moms and affected not only her but also the trajectory of the show. In 2016, Abby was indicted on charges of bankruptcy fraud after she was found to have hidden $775,000 of income. The charges were related to her earnings from Dance Moms and other business ventures, and they raised questions about Abby's financial practices throughout the years. The controversy surrounding her financial situation and the ensuing legal battle took center stage, overshadowing some of the show's more dramatic moments. Abby eventually pleaded guilty to bankruptcy fraud and was sentenced to a year and a day in prison, though she served only 8 months before being released on parole. This period was a dark chapter for Abby, and it resulted in her being temporarily removed from the show. For fans, Abby's legal troubles raised concerns about the moral and ethical values behind Dance Moms and whether the show glorified toxic behavior in the competitive dance world. In 2017, while Abby was serving her sentence, Cheryl Burke temporarily replaced her as the head coach. Burke's more positive, encouraging approach to teaching marked a stark contrast to Abby's harsh, no-nonsense demeanor. This transition showed just how ingrained Abby was in the show's fabric, and it also illuminated the cracks in the foundation of Dance Moms that were left when Abby was forced to step back. 4. Maddie Ziegler's departure, the end of the reign of the Golden Girl. Maddie Ziegler's time on Dance Moms was marked by a powerful and undeniable presence. As Abby's Golden Girl, Maddie received the lion's share of praise, attention, and solos. Her exceptional talent and her prominent role in Sia's Chandelier music video cemented her place as one of the most recognized dancers of her generation. However, Maddie's success on the show did not come without challenges. The intense pressure from Abby and the constant comparison to the other dancers, particularly Chloe Lacasiak, created a lot of emotional strain for Maddie. Additionally, Maddie's growing fame outside the Dance Moms bubble started to pull her away from the show. After her involvement in Sia's music videos, Maddie began to focus more on her own career, distancing herself from the chaotic world of Dance Moms. Her decision to leave the show was bittersweet for many fans, as Maddie had been the face of the series for so long. Her departure marked the end of an era and left a void in the Dance Moms lineup. The aftermath of her leaving sparked rumors of tension between her and Abby, with Abby expressing her displeasure at the way Maddie chose to prioritize other opportunities over the show that made her famous. 5. The ballet episode, when the moms were put to the test. One of the most unforgettable Dance Moms episodes came when Abby decided to put the moms through their paces in a ballet class. Abby, ever the taskmaster, decided that the mothers should experience what their daughters were going through on a daily basis. What ensued was a scene that encapsulated the dynamics between Abby and the mothers in a way few other episodes did. The moms were put through grueling ballet exercises, and Abby spared no mercy. She humiliated the mothers, pointing out their lack of flexibility and coordination. The tension between Abby and the mothers reached a boiling point, and the spectacle became one of the most memorable moments of the series. For many, it was a reminder of Abby's need for control and the way she manipulated those around her to maintain dominance. This episode stood out because it revealed the true nature of the relationship between Abby and the mothers. It showcased just how much control Abby held over the mothers, manipulating their emotions and pushing them to the brink. The vulnerability of the moms was exposed for all to see, and it highlighted the toxic environment that many fans had suspected was present behind the scenes. 6. Chloe Lacasiak's emotional journey and departure. Chloe Lacasiak's departure from Dance Moms in Season 4 marked another major turning point in the show. Chloe had been a fan favorite since the beginning, and her struggles with Abby's treatment were evident throughout the series. Abby often criticized Chloe's technique, and Chloe was constantly compared to Maddie, leading to feelings of insecurity and frustration. As the tension between Chloe and Abby grew, Chloe's mother, Christy Lacasiak, became increasingly vocal about Abby's behavior. Christy was unafraid to call out Abby for her mistreatment of Chloe, and this led to some explosive arguments between the two. Eventually, Chloe decided to leave the team, a decision that shocked many fans. Her departure was a painful moment for both Chloe and Christy, as they had endured years of emotional strain under Abby's harsh tactics. Chloe's exit left a significant gap in the team, and her departure marked the end of one of the most emotionally charged storylines in Dance Moms. Chloe's decision to leave was both an act of self-preservation and a reflection of the toxic atmosphere that Abby had created within the studio. Chloe's journey outside of Dance Moms allowed her to grow and find success in her own right, and it showed that sometimes leaving a toxic environment is the best choice for one's mental health and well-being. 7. JoJo Siwa's big return and drama with the other dancers. JoJo Siwa's return to Dance Moms in Season 6 was highly anticipated. Known for her larger-than-life personality, signature bows, and infectious energy, JoJo brought a unique dynamic to the team. Her return wasn't without its challenges, however. JoJo's return to the Abby Lee Dance Company caused a stir, especially among the other dancers, who felt her re-entry shifted the group's power dynamics. JoJo's enthusiasm and confidence put her in direct competition with Maddie, and the other dancers weren't always thrilled with the attention JoJo received. This created tension, particularly with Kendall Verts, who had been Abby's focus in the absence of Maddie. JoJo's high energy and public persona made her a divisive figure in the group, but it also brought a fresh layer of drama and intrigue to the show. These moments encapsulate much of what made Dance Moms a phenomenon: extreme pressure, conflict, personal growth, and a deep sense of competition. The drama behind the scenes fueled much of the public fascination, and these events continue to be talked about by fans even after the show ended. Whether it was the battles between the mothers and Abby, the emotional arcs of the dancers, or the legal issues that plagued Abby, Dance Moms offered a never-ending supply of gossip-worthy moments. No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments, and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.